Hello saxo friend, Kadrian here, the Sax Habit Coach, bringing you the best practice tips, tools, and ideas to help you as a beginner saxophone player develop the practice habits and routines to master your saxophone faster. Now, my purpose is to serve, motivate, and to inspire you. So recently I was watching a video of a saxophonist playing along with a keyboardist, and things started to go south because they were in two different tonal centers. So I am going to play the video now, and then I am going to give you my thoughts, my feedback, and what you can do to avoid such a pitfall. So let's dive right into the video. So this song is Give Thanks with a Grateful Heart. This is a religious song. So whether you go to church or not, or if you believe in a higher being or whatever you believe in, this is a religious song. Give Thanks with a Grateful Heart. A very beautiful song, I believe. All right, so the very first few notes are out of tune. So based on my analysis, because I've watched this and I've done my due diligence, the keyboardist is in the key of G major. So the soprano player should be playing in the key of A major. If you are a soprano player or a tenor player, the simplest way to think about it and to remember is that you always need to be two semitones or a whole tone above concert key. Concert key meaning that the keyboardist or the guitarist is playing in a key that is not in transpose mode, because he can transpose the keyboard, right? So if he's playing in C, you need to go a whole tone above, which means you're going to be playing in D major. That's for the sopranos and the tenor players. If you are an alto or a baritone player, it means that you have to go a minor third or 3 semitones lower. So in the key of G, it means that as alto players and baritone players, we would have to play in the key of E major, which has 4 sharps. So right there, the keyboardist is hitting the third of the key, which is B, and the soprano player here is also hitting that B. So they're going to be out of tune because saxophones are transposing instruments. It means that we do not play the same key that the keyboardist is playing or that the guitarist is playing. So he should be playing the third of A major. A major has 3 sharps, F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp, and the third of that is C sharp. So when the keyboardist hits B, he needs to hit his C sharp. That's what he should be playing, but instead he's hitting the same B as the keyboardist is playing, and therefore they're going to be out of tune. Let's continue. All right, so the keyboardist looks across and he's very shocked that he's continuing to play off key. And I deduce a few things from this. One, they did not rehearse together, because had there been a rehearsal, then both of them would be speaking the same language. The next thing I deduced is that the keyboardist told him that he's in the key of G, and the saxophonist interprets that he should be playing also in the key of G. So he doesn't know the tuning of his saxophone, that he should be playing a whole tone above. So saxophonists, as beginners, these are simple things that you need to know about your instrument. You need to know how your instrument is tuned, so that whenever you're playing with a group of individuals, once they mention a key, you know exactly where to go. If they say C, sopranos and tenors, if they say C, you need to go to D. If they say D, you need to go to E. If they say F sharp, then you know you're going to go a whole tone above, and that is going to bring you to your A flat. Yes? Alto players, if they say F sharp, we need to go down to E flat. If they say F, we need to go down to D. And if they say C, we need to go down to A. That's for altos and baritone players, right? And if it's minor, it's the same principle, right? A whole tone above. If they're in C minor, you need to play D minor, tenors and sopranos. And for altos and baritone players, if they say C minor, then we need to play A minor. Yes? So these are simple elements of music that you need to know about the instrument you are playing so that you can always be in tune. Let's continue. All right, he got a right note there, and part of the reason for that is that G major and A major shares 5 common notes: A, B, D, E, and F sharp. 2 uncommon notes: C sharp and G sharp. So the C is sharpened in A while it is natural in G, and the G is also sharpened in A while it is natural in G major. So he hit a right note right there, and after listening to the whole thing, he probably hit another 1 or 2 more notes. Let's continue. All right, the worship leader is actually touching him and saying, hey, you are playing some wrong notes there. You are not in the same key. You're not in the correct key. Stop, right? So he was telling him to stop, but he's still continuing to play. So another thing that I deduce from all of this is that this saxophonist does not know his scales. Because if he knew his scales, it should be easy for him to make the switch. Yeah. So this was very painful to listen to because it's a very beautiful song. Okay, painful in the sense that it's a very beautiful song to spoil. So beginner, again, I cannot overemphasize. You need to learn your S, C, A, L, E, S. You need to learn your scales. When you learn your scales, playing by ear becomes easier, right? You need to learn your scales. And don't think of learning your scales as just going from C to C. That's the easiest way. Going from C to C in a kind of robotic way is not necessarily learning your scales in the fullest extent. That is just the beginning of learning your scales. There are several ways you can practice your scales. Now, when I was a beginner, I didn't know how to practice my scales because I was only taught how to go up and down, C to C or D to D, right, and back down, and that's it. But then there are several ways how you can practice your scales. And in future videos, I will go in depth into a couple of ways that you can do it. And presently, I'm working on a course that deep dives into learning your scales so that you can just hear a song. Like now, I can bring up any song, pick up my saxophone, and basically just, once I hear the song, I don't have perfect pitch, but once I hear the song, automatically I can bang out the first couple of notes. And then by banging out those first couple of notes, I can deduce, okay, this is in the key of D major, so I should be playing in B major. Or if they are in F sharp major, then I know I'm going to go to E flat major. That is for me on my alto saxophone, right? So that's how you need to know your keys. You need to know them like the palm of your hands so that you can hear a song, go up the scale or hit a few notes, and then you know, oh, we are in this scale because we only have 2 sharps here or 3 sharps. So you know where you are versus where the backing track is or where the keyboard player is. That's when you really know that you know your scales. Another way you really know you know your scales, you can play any song that you hear in any scale. Now, there are scales that you're going to be more fluid in, especially if you're practicing music in those scales, but you want to be fluid in all scales. So one of the things that I do when I'm doing my covers, so I do a lot of reggae covers, and I don't transpose the music. I just play it in whatever key and work my way around the key, because sometimes the notes are going way too low on the saxophone, so you have to figure out ways how to play those parts in the highs, or the highs in the lows, or in the middle, and so on, right? That's how you really know your scales, when you can hear any song and you can play the song without transposing it into the key that you're comfortable in, like maybe F or C or G. You want to be able to bang out your songs in any scale: F sharp, C sharp, 4 sharps E, 5 sharps B, and so on, right? A flat, D flat, and so on. You want to be able to bang out your music in any of those keys. And the way to do that is to practice, and to practice your scales so that they become fluid under your fingers, just like you know the letters in the English alphabet, and you can make 3-letter words, 4-letter words, 8-letter words, 12-letter words, and so on. That's how good you want to become at learning your scales. So again, you want to rehearse before you show up, and rehearse with the musician or the backing track you are working with. Rehearse. And the next thing you want to do is to learn your scales. Learn your scales. Yes? All right, saxo friends, as always, continue practicing and push play until something happens. Peace.